Right, Toyota GR86 road drive, 6-speed manual, naturally aspirated engine, decent amount of horsepower. What is it actually like on the actual road? These cars are so popular, you know, you can't get hold of them really at all. I love it in the blue colour that it's in at the moment for this one. It certainly sounds nice on the move, but to have a rear wheel drive manual car and that sort of throttle response is so good. Because there's no turbo, because there's nothing, it's a very raw and engaging car. Very Toyota-like inside, obviously, as you can see from the point of view. And hopefully it gives you a good idea of what this is actually like on the road. That's the plan. We've got a few other influencers here today. That's why they kind of park up, or essentially magazines and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But I've actually, just for reference, I've just got out of a Ford Puma ST, which was the 7-speed auto. So just to give you an idea, a little hot hatch there. And also a Suzuki Swift Sport. So that's my sort of basis so far today. I already love the low-down nature and the sports car-like nature of this. Some very nice roads around here. That's the good thing. I love the wheel. There's a few buttons more than I'd probably like, but hey, that's where we live in now. Nice Mini there. Straight away. So this is just pure sports car, really. The seats feel really nice. Really nice. The throttle response is so good. We're in third, you can hold it. Brakes feel good. Certainly you get a lot more road noise. Obviously just being more of a sports car in that nature, that's what you have to kind of have to settle with. There's not really many modes to kind of play around with. I was sort of like, oh, you can go through loads, but it's kind of like a sports car all the time. After I've done the POV, I'll show you, yeah, I'll give you another summary as we kind of go back on this route. But yeah, laughing the whole way is certainly one thing. Gearbox feels really good. I mean, yeah, we can stick it into fourth. Feels nice. Obviously, the more you rev it out, being naturally aspirated, it's going to make it better. Oh, it sweeps round. Okay, yeah, straight away. Out of the cars that I've driven here before, that Suzuki Swift was one of them. This is brilliant. It's really good. Brakes are nice and strong, and it just shows if you don't have like that much weight, you know, there's no hybridness, there's no electric nature or anything in this. This is just pure the engine of the car, and it's a load of fun. You know, there's not really much reason why you'd want anything quicker than this. Not really at all. You know, it feels really good. And we'll stick it into second. Slow it down a little bit. I haven't really got anyone behind me, so we can go from there. But like a second gear pull and see where we get to. Revs all the way out. It's nice and dry, so no issues with traction. You know, I've been listening to the Fiat 500 Abarth, or the Abarth 500, and it's fully electric. And they've pumped in sound on the outside, and I'm just hearing it going around with other people testing it. It's not right, really, from the outside. I mean, the human ear can tell this is an actual engine. This makes a good noise. If you're lucky enough to have one of these, or if you're, you know, potentially pay overs to get it on the used market, you've got a really fun car. For a blast, I think it's really good. Practicality wise, I'm not so sure. It's still sort of in the sports car kind of vibe. Yeah, as you can kind of see, get a bit of an idea of what it's like to drive on the road from my point of view. With speed limits where they are at, but let's I'll go for a bit more of a drive and we'll catch up shortly. Oh man, this car is an absolute riot. I love it. So 2.4 litre naturally aspirated engine, and this is in sapphire blue, so it looks super nice, super cool. Price tag of around 30 grand if you can get hold of one. They're so popular. And foot on brake and clutch and you push the button. Yeah, I'm loving the looks. I like how it's on Pilot Sport 4 tyres. Big fan of those. Good for the road, good for wet weather, rear wheel drive nature. What a cool car. 18-inch wheels as well is a big thing. That just helps with the ride quality, and we've had a little thinner section tyre means that you can get a lot more engagement. As you can see, I can't stop smiling after yeah, you saw the point of view, but you didn't actually get to see my face as much. It's so flipping nice, this car. It's really nice. Just smiles all the way. You know, it doesn't need that much power to have fun. The gearbox, just super intuitive, and it's a car that you just get in and go. You don't really have to play around with any modes. It's just sort of like, that is the mode, and that makes sense. That makes sense. You're nice and low. The seats are really good. I've adjusted it quite well for me. I'm about 5'11", so normal person's height, I suppose you could say. But yeah. It's like, it's a car that just makes you happy. It makes me happy. Just moving it around a little bit more as well. I was just like, flipping egg, this is nice. Just old school. You know, we're 2023. You know, I'm filming this at the end of the day. It's nearly, well, it's October 2023 essentially. This isn't gonna be around, I mean, I don't know how long they can keep it around, although they've pushed the electric thing until 2035 in the UK. Anyway, it's up about that. And you can feel it at the back. Oh man, this is just a riot. If you want a fun car, there's actually an older generation GT86 just went past me. It's been Gazoo Racing. I spent time in the GR Yaris, which was great fun. This feels a lot more like pure, very pure. No, obviously no four-wheel drive. This is just rear-wheel drive. It doesn't feel like you have to be going very fast to be having fun in this. Because of the 18-inch wheels, because of the smaller section tyres, because of the rear-wheel drive nature, you're on your toes. You've got a traction control button. I've left traction on. Bear in mind that this is obviously a very special car, kindly lent to me by Toyota. Brakes feel good. We're going into the corners. Ah, it's good. It's good. It's good. You know, when I first drove this car back in May, didn't film that. I didn't drive it on the road either. This was the car that really stood out for me. Really stood out for me. It was in a slightly lighter blue than this one. And now to have the chance to have driven it on the road, I stand by that. It's a brilliant car, particularly in the UK. You know, if you want to have a car that just, and it does actually shove quite a lot, and very sort of responsive on the throttle. You know, there's no turbo lag, there's no hybrid lag, there's nothing like that. It's just pure car fun. Sounds all right as well. Sounds good from the outside too. I've seen it, heard it. Makes a good noise that's like ticking away at me. Oh, and then you get into the corners, yeah, and it moves about. I'll just drive around in this forever and ever. What a cracking car. Very good on the brakes actually, because they're quite small brakes, no denying that. Small brakes, not masses of power, but you know, a 2.4 litre engine is still quite big. It's definitely got that 4-cylinder front, so you've got the positives from that, which is really nice. Such a smile factor. It's what sports cars should be, really, in my mind. I would just like to drive forever and ever and ever. Ever and ever and ever. It's so, so good. But I'm going to be very kind, and I'm not going to hog up too much time with this, because there's other people who actually want to drive this car also, and I have had the pleasure of driving it in May, so I have a decent feel for it. It's a fun car, it's a great car to get, it's unbelievable value if you can find it. Sounds good, goes good, feels very raw, feels very what you would expect. You know, a great laugh. It kind of shows and tells me why big power doesn't really mean anything now. You know, I'm getting a bit older as well anyway, but it's like engagement means a lot more to me. And hey, you know, I'm a petrol head, I love my cars, and to be the chance to try something like this, what Toyota have kind of done with their GR kind of brand, yeah, it's really, really good. And based on the long list of people trying to get just hold of this, even just people to try and drive it today, it says everything about it. There's an M2 competition there, I've driven that before. I'd take this over that any day of the week. You know, on the road you can only go so fast. That's just the truth. What a car, what a car. Touches my heart, this one. Good job, Toyota. Thank you so much for making this car. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and I'll help you out as best as I can around it. But as you can see, just a super, super fun car. I'd happily drive this every day of the week. Could you commute in it? Probably could. I think it's just more for the fun really over everything else. Like, share, subscribe, comment below, and yeah, I'll be happy to help you out in the comments. But yeah, cheers guys.